The message glowed on my phone screen like a bomb about to detonate. Maya, I'm so sorry. I never meant for you to find out this way. My name is Maya, and until 3 minutes ago, I thought I knew what betrayal felt like. I was wrong. I stared at the photo attachment beneath Mia's message, an intimate snapshot of her and Jordan at some sunset-lit beach, his arms wrapped around her waist, her head tilted back in laughter. The timestamp showed last weekend, when she'd told me she was visiting her sick aunt in Cleveland. My hands trembled as I called her. She answered on the first ring. How long? My voice came out steadier than I expected. Maya, please. How long? A pause. 6 months. The world tilted sideways. 6 months ago, Jordan and I were still together. 6 months ago, Mia was helping me pick out furniture for the apartment Jordan and I were planning to share. I trusted you, I whispered. Both of you. It just happened, Mia said, her voice cracking. We never meant. Save it! I ended the call and slumped against my kitchen counter, trying to breathe through the tightness in my chest. My phone buzzed again. Jordan this time. Since you know everything now, his message read, I guess there's no reason to keep your secret anymore. Unless. My blood ran cold. The secret I'd trusted only Mia with, who must have told Jordan everything. The childhood trauma I'd spent years in therapy processing. I called Vivian from work. She answered despite the late hour. They've been together 6 months, I said, my voice breaking, while Jordan and I were still dating, and now he's threatening to expose something personal about me. Those manipulative bastards, Vivian hissed, want me to come over? No, My phone buzzed with another message. From Kennedy, a mutual friend. Maya, you need to check Jordan's Instagram story, now. My hands shaking, I opened Instagram. Jordan had posted a series of cryptic messages, each one hinting at my past, each one a knife twisting deeper. He's trying to control the narrative, Vivian said through the phone. Classic abuser move. A knock at my door made me jump. Through the peephole, I saw Mia. Mascara streaked down her face. Maya, please, she called through the door. Let me explain. I'll call you back, I told Vivian, ending the call. I opened the door but blocked the entrance. Explain what? How you slept with my boyfriend while helping me plan our future? It wasn't like that. Mia stepped forward, but I held my ground. Jordan told me you two were already having problems. Stop! I felt something shift inside me, a cold clarity replacing the pain. You were my best friend for 10 years. You knew everything about me, and you chose him. Maya, get out! My voice was ice. And tell Jordan that if he wants to play games with my past, he better be ready for what comes next. I shut the door on her protests, my mind already racing with possibilities. They thought they could break me? They had no idea what I was capable of. Through my window, I watched Mia's car pull away and made a promise to myself. This betrayal would be the last thing they'd ever take from me. I slammed my laptop shut, my hands shaking with rage. Jordan had gone beyond hints now. He'd posted a long, detailed confession about my past, twisting my trauma into something unrecognizable. The comments were already flooding in. My phone rang. Kennedy. I'm coming over, she said before I could speak. And I'm bringing wine. 20 minutes later, we sat on my couch, glasses in hand. Kennedy scrolled through the post, her face darkening. We can report this, she said. Get it taken down. The damage is done. I took a long sip. People have already screenshot it. Mia's probably loving this. Maya. Kennedy set down her phone. I know you're hurting, but revenge won't fix this. Watch me. My phone buzzed with a text from Vivian. Check your email, now. I opened my work email to find a forwarded message from our company's HR department. Someone, and I knew exactly who, had sent an anonymous email questioning my stability and fitness for my position, citing Jordan's posts as evidence. I'm going to destroy them, I said, my voice eerily calm. Maya, please. No. I stood up, pacing. They're trying to ruin my life, my career, everything I've built. A knock at the door interrupted us. It was Yesenia from next door, holding a package. "This was delivered to me by mistake," she said, then paused, studying my face. "Are you okay?" I forced a smile. "Fine." "She's not," Kennedy called from inside. "Her ex and best friend betrayed her, and now they're trying to destroy her reputation." Yesenia's eyes widened. "Come to my place, both of you. I make killer margaritas, and you look like you need one." An hour later, sitting in Yesenia's cozy apartment, my anger had crystallized into something sharp and focused. "I have access to Mia's cloud storage," I said, the margarita loosening my tongue. "She never changed her password after setting up my phone last year. I know things about her, about both of them, that could destroy their lives just as easily." "Maya," Kennedy warned, but Yesenia leaned forward. "What kind of things?" "Mia's been embezzling from her company, small amounts, but it's been going on for months." "And Jordan?" I laughed bitterly. "Let's just say his perfect professional image is built on lies." My phone buzzed again. A message from Everett, my mentor at work. "Just saw the posts. Don't react. Come see me tomorrow. We'll handle this properly." "See?" Kennedy gestured at my phone. "Listen to Everett. Be strategic, not vengeful." "Ah, I am being strategic." I pulled out my laptop. "Mia doesn't know I have access to her accounts. Jordan doesn't know what she's told me about him. They think they have all the power." My fingers flew across the keyboard. "Time to show them how wrong they are." "Maya," Kennedy grabbed my arm. "Once you start down this path—" "They started this path," I snapped, pulling away. "I'm just going to finish it." Yesenia refilled my glass, her expression thoughtful. "Just remember, revenge is like holding a hot coal to throw at someone. You're the one who gets burned first." I met her eyes. "Then I guess it's good I've already been burned." Opening my laptop again, I began to type, my mind clear despite the alcohol. They wanted to play dirty? I'd show them what dirty really looked like. Everett's office felt too small for this conversation. He sat across from me, his expression grave, as he studied the printouts of Jordan's posts. "This is defamation," he said, setting them down. "Clear and simple." "I don't want to sue them," I replied, pulling out my laptop. "I want to show you something." I opened Mia's cloud storage and turned the screen toward him. His eyebrows shot up as he scrolled through the financial documents. "She's been skimming from client accounts for months," I explained. "Small amounts, but it adds up. Over $50,000 so far." "How did you get access to this?" "She used my phone to set up her cloud storage last year. Never changed the password." I leaned forward. "And that's not all. Jordan's been lying about his credentials. The prestigious MBA on his resume? He never finished it. Dropped out after one semester." Everett rubbed his temples. "Maya, this is serious information, but using it for revenge. They're trying to destroy my career," I cut in. "My reputation. Everything I've worked for." My phone buzzed. A text from Vivian. "Emergency. Come to the break room now." "I have to go," I told Everett, gathering my things. "But I'm not letting them win." In the break room, Vivian pulled me aside. "Mia just walked into the building. She's meeting with HR." My stomach dropped. Through the glass walls, I watched Mia walk past, her designer heels clicking on the floor. Our eyes met briefly before she disappeared into the HR office. "She's trying to get ahead of the story," Vivian whispered, making herself look like the concerned friend. My phone buzzed again. "Kennedy. Just saw Mia's new Instagram post. She's playing the victim. Claims she's worried about your state of mind." I opened Instagram. Mia had posted a long, tearful message about how concerned she was about my recent behavior and how she only wanted to help. The comments were filled with sympathetic responses. "That manipulative little—" Vivian started, but I held up my hand. "It's fine. She just made this easier." I pulled out my phone and dialed a number. "Remember Thomas from IT? Time to call in that favor." An hour later, I sat in Thomas's cramped office, watching him work his magic. "There," he said, pointing to his screen. "The transfer records you wanted, all traced back to her personal account." I snapped photos of the evidence. Thank you, I owe you. Just be careful, he warned. This kind of information. I know exactly what I'm doing. Back at my desk, I crafted 2 emails. The first, to Mia's company's board of directors, contained selected financial records showing the pattern of theft. The second, to Jordan's employer, included proof of his fraudulent credentials. My finger hovered over the send button when a new message popped up from an unknown number. I know what you're planning. Meet me at Cafe Luna at 6 p.m. if you want the full story about Mia and Jordan. I stared at the message, my heart racing. There was more to this betrayal than I knew. I could feel it. And whoever this was might be the key to understanding everything. I saved the emails as drafts and grabbed my coat. Time to find out just how deep this deception went. Cafe Luna was crowded when I arrived. Through the window, I spotted a woman sitting alone, her red hair unmistakable. Jordan's sister, Rachel. I wasn't sure you'd come, she said, as I slid into the seat across from her. Talk! My voice was ice. Rachel pushed a manila envelope across the table. Before I show you this, you need to know something. Jordan and Mia, their relationship didn't just happen. They planned it. My hands froze on the envelope. What? Open it. Inside were screenshots of text messages between Jordan and Mia, dating back nearly a year. My stomach churned as I read their calculated discussions about me, about my vulnerabilities, about how to best manipulate the situation. Why are you showing me this? I asked, my voice shaking. Because they did the same thing to me. Rachel's eyes hardened. Last year, Jordan convinced my fiancé I was cheating. Mia helped him stage the whole thing. I lost everything. My relationship, my friends, my reputation. My phone buzzed. A message from Kennedy. Where are you? Mia just filed a restraining order against you. I have to go. I stood up abruptly, but Rachel grabbed my wrist. Wait, there's more. The money Mia's been stealing? It's not just going to her account. Jordan's getting a cut. My phone rang, Vivian this time. Maya, HR wants to see you first thing tomorrow morning, she said, her voice urgent. And Jordan just showed up at the office looking for you. Tell them I'm sick, I replied, watching Rachel gather her things. I'll deal with it tomorrow. I ended the call as Rachel and I stepped outside. The evening air felt thick with tension. I know I have evidence, Rachel said, of everything they've done. To both of us. To others. But Jordan has connections, powerful ones. If we move against them. A car screeched to a halt beside us. Jordan stepped out, his face twisted with anger. Having a nice chat? He sneered. Rachel, I thought I told you to stay out of this. Or what? Rachel stepped forward. You'll destroy my life again? Maya! Jordan turned to me, his voice softening artificially. Don't listen to her. She's unstable. Always has been. Like I was unstable? I shot back. When you exposed my past? When you and Mia plotted to break me? His face changed, becoming the cold mask I'd glimpsed in our final days together. You have no idea what you're dealing with. Ah, actually, I do. I pulled out my phone, showing him the draft emails I'd prepared. Financial fraud, credential fraud. Wonder how your connections would feel about that. Jordan's face paled slightly, but he recovered quickly. You send those, and I'll make sure you never work in this city again. Try me. I stepped closer. You took everything from me. What else do I have to lose? He grabbed my arm, hard enough to bruise. Listen. Hey! A sharp voice cut through the tension. Yesenia stood there, phone raised, recording everything. Let her go, or this video goes viral. Jordan released me, stepping back. This isn't over. As his car pulled away, I turned to Rachel. Tell me everything, every detail. It's time to end this. But the look in her eyes told me we were in for a bigger fight than I'd imagined. The HR meeting went exactly as expected. I sat across from 3 stern faces as they discussed the concerns raised about my behavior. We've received multiple complaints, the director said, sliding a folder across the desk, including this restraining order. Have you seen what they've been posting about me? I kept my voice steady. The lies they're spreading? Ms. Emerson, she leaned forward. We're placing you on administrative leave while we investigate these allegations. I stood up, my chair scraping back. Fine. While you're investigating, you might want to look into this. I placed Rachel's envelope on the desk. Evidence of fraud and harassment. But I'm sure you'll investigate that just as thoroughly, right? Outside the office, Vivian was waiting. How bad? Administrative leave. I showed her the text from Rachel. Meeting set up, 2 p.m., bringing everything. You're really doing this? Vivian asked. Watch me. At 2 p.m., I sat in a private investigator's office with Rachel, laying out everything we had. The investigator, a sharp-eyed woman named Diana, examined the evidence. This is serious, she said. Corporate fraud, harassment, blackmail. But Jordan's connections make this complicated. My phone buzzed. Kennedy. Mia just posted again. She's claiming you're harassing her family now. Maya, this is getting scary. Another message popped up, from Mia herself. Back off now, or Jordan releases everything. And I mean everything. Let them try, I said out loud, making Rachel and Diana look up. I'm done being afraid of them. Diana spread out the documents. We need to move fast. Jordan's already trying to block the investigation into his credentials. Then we go public, Rachel said. All of it. The fraud, the manipulation, everything. My phone rang. Everett. Maya. His voice was urgent. Jordan just walked into the CEO's office. Whatever you're planning, do it now. I looked at Diana. How quickly can you file this? Give me an hour. Do it. Rachel and I left the office, stepping into the bright afternoon sun. A familiar figure was waiting. Mia. You're making a huge mistake, she said, her designer sunglasses hiding her eyes. The mistake was trusting you, I replied. Both of you. We can still fix this. Mia stepped forward. Jordan's willing to take down the posts. We can all just move on. Like Rachel moved on? I watched Mia's face pale. Yeah, we know everything. You don't understand. Mia's voice cracked. Jordan. He has things on me too. I didn't have a choice. There's always a choice. I showed her my phone screen, the email drafts ready to send. And I'm making mine. Mia grabbed my arm. Please, you'll destroy everything. You already did that. I pulled away. The difference is, I'm going to make sure everyone knows exactly who you both really are. As if on cue, my phone buzzed with a message from Diana. Documents filed, it's done. I looked at Mia, who was frantically texting, presumably warning Jordan. You should have thought about consequences before you decided to play games with people's lives. Walking away, I hit send on the emails. Let them try to spin their way out of this one. The truth was finally going to come out, and no amount of connections or manipulation could stop it. Or so I thought. Turn on the news. Rachel's voice crackled through my phone. Now. I flipped on the TV to see Jordan standing at a podium, looking appropriately somber in an expensive suit. These allegations are completely false, he was saying. This is a coordinated attack by disgruntled former associates, including my troubled sister. My phone exploded with messages. Kennedy, Vivian, Yesenia, all sending the same link. A press release from Jordan's company, announcing their full support and claiming I was under investigation for corporate espionage. He's trying to get ahead of the story, Diana called. But we expected this. Stick to the plan. A knock at my door made me jump. Through the peephole, I saw my mother, Ingrid. I saw the news, she said as I let her in. This isn't just about revenge anymore, is it? Mom! No, listen. She grabbed my hands. 20 years ago, I let a man like Jordan destroy me because I was afraid to fight back. Don't make my mistake. My phone rang. Rachel again. Maya, Jordan's people are claiming I forged the documents. They're trying to discredit everything. Let them try. I squeezed my mother's hands. We have the original files. Check your email. Vivian's message popped up. Now! I opened my inbox to find an email from Mia, marked urgent. Inside was a video file and a single line of text. I can't do this anymore. The video started playing. Jordan in his office, threatening Mia, revealing their whole scheme. His voice cold as he detailed how they'd manipulate me, use my past against me, destroy my career. He recorded everything. Mia's voice shook over the phone when I called her. Said it was insurance. I was scared. Where are you? At home. Jordan's on his way here. He knows I sent you the video. Don't move. I grabbed my keys. I'm coming. Maya! My mother called as I headed for the door. Be careful. Men like Jordan are most dangerous when cornered. I drove through rain-slicked streets, my wipers keeping time with my racing heart. Kennedy called twice, but I let it go to voicemail. Mia's apartment was dark when I arrived. The door was slightly open. Mia! I called, pushing it wider. She's not here! Jordan stepped out of the shadows, holding Mia's phone. But I'm glad you came. Where is she? Safe. For now. He smiled. That cold, calculating smile I'd come to hate. You know, this could have been so simple. You could have just stayed quiet, moved on. But you had to dig deeper. You're not going to win this time. No? He held up his phone, showing an email draft. One click and every major news outlet gets proof of your involvement in corporate theft. Your fingerprints are all over those financial records you accessed. My heart stopped. He was right. I'd used my own devices to gather evidence. In trying to expose them, I'd left myself vulnerable. What do you want? Simple. You and Rachel retract everything. Admit you made it all up. Mia keeps her job, I keep mine, and you... He stepped closer. You get to keep what's left of your reputation. My phone buzzed in my pocket. A message from Diana. Don't respond to anything. The trap is set. I looked at Jordan, seeing him clearly for the first time. You really think you've thought of everything, don't you? His smile faltered slightly. What does that mean? It means... I stepped back toward the door. You should have checked where Mia really was before coming here. The door burst open. Diana walked in, followed by 2 police officers and Mia, her eyes red but determined. Jordan King? One officer stepped forward. We have a warrant for your arrest. Jordan's smile vanished. On what grounds? Extortion, harassment, corporate fraud? Diana listed off. Should I continue? You can't prove anything. Jordan reached for his phone, but the officer was faster. Actually, Mia's voice shook slightly. They can. I've been wearing a wire for the past hour. Everything you just said to Maya, it's all recorded. Jordan lunged at Mia, but the officers grabbed him. You stupid bitch. After everything I did for you. You mean after everything you forced me to do? Mia stepped forward. The stealing, the lies, destroying Maya's life? I'm done being afraid of you. My phone buzzed. A news alert. The story was breaking. Corporate fraud scheme exposed. High-profile executive arrested. This isn't over, Jordan snarled as the officers cuffed him. My lawyers won't help, Diana cut in. We have everything. The videos you kept as insurance, the financial records, the falsified credentials. Mia gave us access to all of it. And this. I held up my phone, showing him the recording of our conversation from moments ago. You really should have checked if I was recording too. The officers led Jordan away. In the sudden quiet, Mia turned to me. Maya, don't. I held up my hand. You helped take him down in the end, but that doesn't erase what you did. I know. Tears spilled down her cheeks. When Jordan first approached me, I was desperate. The company was investigating some missing funds I'd taken to help my sister's medical bills. He said he'd protect me if I helped him hurt you. I was weak. My phone rang. Rachel. It's everywhere. Jordan's company is launching a full investigation. The board is meeting tonight. Mia wiped her eyes. I've already resigned, and I'm paying back everything I took, with interest. Smart move, Diana said, checking her phone. The DA's office is willing to consider your cooperation in the case against Jordan. Suddenly, the apartment door flew open again. Kennedy burst in, followed by Vivian and Yesenia. We saw the news! Kennedy hugged me. Are you okay? I'm fine. I looked at Mia. It's over. Not quite. Vivian held up her phone. Jordan's sister Rachel is giving a statement to the press right now. She's naming everyone who helped cover up his schemes. It's going to be a bloodbath. My phone buzzed with a message from Everett. Board meeting emergency session. Your job is safe. HR sending formal apology. Maya. Mia stepped forward again. I know I can never fix what I did, but… You're right. I cut her off. You can't. But at least now everyone knows the truth. As we left the apartment, reporters were already gathering outside. Camera flashes burst like lightning in the darkness. Maya! They called out. Can you comment on the allegations? I stopped, facing the cameras. After everything Jordan and Mia had done to silence me, to shame me, to break me, it was finally my turn to speak. The truth, I said clearly into the microphones, is that no one has the right to use your past to control your future. And I'm done being controlled. The cameras flashed brighter, but I felt lighter than I had in months. The truth was out, justice was coming, and I was finally, truly free. The morning sun streamed through my office window as I packed up Jordan's final attempt at revenge, a thick manila envelope of evidence his lawyers had tried to use against me. The judge had dismissed his countersuit yesterday, ending his last desperate grab for control. My phone buzzed with a news alert. Jordan King pleads guilty in corporate fraud case. Below it was a message from Rachel. He took the deal. No more appeals. It's really over. A knock at my door made me look up. Everett stood there, holding a newspaper. Thought you might want to see this, he said, dropping it on my desk. The headline read, Whistleblowers Vindicated. Corporate giant announces major ethics overhaul. They're using my story in their ethics training now, I said, managing a small smile. How to spot workplace manipulation and harassment. Speaking of which, Everett gestured behind him. Kennedy and Vivian walked in, followed by Yesenia. We're taking you to lunch, Kennedy announced. No arguments. I can't. I have the support group meeting. After everything went public, other victims of workplace harassment had reached out. We'd started meeting weekly, sharing stories, offering support. It helped, knowing I wasn't alone. The meeting can wait, Vivian insisted. We're celebrating. My phone buzzed again. Mia's number. I hadn't spoken to her since the arrest, though I'd heard she was working with prosecutors and attending therapy. Still screening her calls? Yesenia asked softly. Some bridges can't be rebuilt. I put the phone away. And that's okay. Maya? My mother appeared in the doorway. Sorry to interrupt, but there's someone here to see you. A young woman stepped into my office, clutching a familiar-looking envelope. I'm sorry to bother you, but I need help. My boss, he's doing the same things Jordan did. Using personal information, threats, manipulation. I didn't know who else to turn to. I looked at the fear in her eyes, the same fear I'd carried for so long, and made a decision. Come in, I said, clearing space on my desk. Tell me everything. We'll reschedule lunch. Kennedy squeezed my shoulder. This is more important. As my friends filed out, Everett lingered. You know, when this all started, I worried revenge would consume you. But you've turned it into something powerful. Not revenge, I corrected him. Justice. For everyone who's ever been silenced. My phone buzzed one final time. Diana sending the official case closure documents. Jordan would serve time. His corporate empire was crumbling. Mia had lost her career, but found her conscience. The truth had won. The young woman across from me took a shaky breath and began her story. I recognized the patterns, the tactics, the careful grooming of a victim. But this time, the predator wouldn't win. First, I said, opening my laptop, we document everything. Then we fight back. And you don't have to do it alone. She smiled, relief flooding her face. Thank you. Looking at her, I finally understood. My story wasn't just about surviving betrayal. It was about breaking the cycle of silence, about standing up not just for myself, but for everyone who needed a voice. Ready? I asked. She nodded, straightening her shoulders. Ready. And together, we began to write the next chapter. Not of revenge, but of revolution.